My name is Douglas Kedge. I am 86 years of age and a retired teacher and the victim of the disgraceful and unlawful actions of the College of Policing and the Thames Valley Police in the recording of a non-crime hate incident against me. I am delighted and relieved that the Court of Appeal has recently judged, in relation to Harry Miller's case, that the recording by the police of non-crime hate incidents is an unlawful interference with freedom of expression, with a chilling effect on public debate. Let me tell you my story. In November 2020, I read an article in the Times newspaper which included a comment by a Mrs Mewes. She had said that the inclusion in an Emmerdale script of a decision to terminate the pregnancy of a child with Down syndrome was a deliberate attempt to perpetuate prejudice against children with the syndrome. I decided to write to Mrs Mewes strongly objecting to her view, as I thought her accusation was appalling. However, I could never have anticipated what happened next. On the 30th of November 2020, I received a phone call from a Thames Valley police officer informing me that I had been reported by a Mrs Mewes for a hate crime. The police officer was quick to assure me that the police regarded my letter to Mrs Mewes as being, and I quote, very polite and respectful, and not in any way criminal. However, he went on to say that I now had a police record of being involved as a suspect in a non-crime hate incident. Mrs Mewes was referred to as the victim in the police record. My response was shock and anger at the almost unbelievable madness of the situation. I have been law-abiding and socially active throughout my life. It is no joke to be told that I now had a police record as a suspect in a non-crime hate incident. The implication is that I might go on to commit a criminal offence later on. I have revisited what happened to me because the whole situation, in the light of the judgment of the Court of Appeal, requires 4 crucial questions to be answered. This is the most important one. How is it that in a democratic Great Britain such a dangerous madness can become a formal, accepted part of the system over several years? It is only a step away from what might be expected in an undemocratic, repressive regime. There are 3 other questions that also need to be answered. Who is responsible for this disturbing and deeply troubling situation, the violation of lawful free expression? Will they be named and held accountable? They certainly need to be. Did the influential 1999 Macpherson report advocate an unlawful process? The judgment refers to the report. Lastly, this is not only about myself. Over the past 5 years, around 120,000 people have had non-crime hate incident records raised against them by the police. They have all been regarded as suspects. As this is now deemed to be unlawful, will those who have been in any way harmed be able to sue for damages? If you feel as I do about the matter, perhaps you would consider writing to your Member of Parliament to ensure that the whole issue is properly investigated. Finally, taking a more general view, I believe the Court of Appeal judgment goes a significant way in countering the current cult of self-determined victimhood. If this is the knock-on effect of the judgment, all power to it. Thank you.